right behind me here is my 2011 Audi A4. Today I'm going to be installing a pretty cool mod. So it's called a Diverter Valve Spacer, and the goal with this mod is to make my turbo louder, but mainly I want it to flutter. I'm going to be splitting up this video into a couple of different parts. First, I'm going to show you how to install the mod onto the car. I'm going to give you my opinion. I'm going to give the pros and the cons of it, and I'm going to tell you whether or not I think it's worth it. It's only 50 bucks and 3 bolts, so it's pretty simple to install, pretty cheap. I have a feeling it's going to be worth it. I want to keep this video pretty short, so let's get right into the installation.
So there's really only two tools that you need for this job. It's a 5mm hex socket and then a T25. The hex is for the bolts on the diverter valve, and then that T25 is just to take off the engine cover. Some things that do help are a pick like this. You can get them from Home Depot. I have some Snap-on ones, but I also have some Craftsman ones down here. They work just as well. These are just really helpful for getting off the connector, and then a screw gun also helps a lot, just speeds up the process. But really all you need are these 2 bits and then a little ratchet with an extension on it. Alright, so first off, you're going to want to remove this right here. Right up under here is the diverter valve. The light is on it right there. You can see that black piece right there with the connector in it. That's your diverter valve that's coming off the bottom of the turbo. Honestly, not too hard to get to. 3 bolts. Basically in this shape right here. So I'm gonna get that out real quick. We got the diverter valve out. Like I was saying, 3 bolts, pretty easy to get to. Diverter valve just goes into the spacer and then you bolt it back in. Nothing really to it. So there's the spacer in now. You can see it right there, looking good. Got my turbo muffler delete here. So basically, everything that will make my turbo loud is now on. So. Straight to Alright, so I've had this mod on here for about a month now, and honestly, I love it. First impressions, the camera actually died before I was able to record my first impressions, and I'm pretty happy that it died, because at first I was pretty disappointed in this mod. It made my intake sound a lot quieter than it used to be. After driving it for a while, it just sounds so much better. It's a little bit quieter, yes, but the sound is just infinitely better than what it used to be. I have an intake and a turbo muffler delete already, so if you don't have these mods, your results may vary a little bit when you install the diverter valve spacer. I need a hat real quick, I'll be right back. Okay, alright, anyways, so the pros. Pros are pretty good. Turbo sounds a lot better now. When I let off the throttle at low RPMs, it has like a really nice, just all the air is just coming out. Sounds really good. When I let off at high RPMs, it flutters, and it sounds really good. It doesn't flutter as much as I thought it was going to, but I can live with it. Sounds pretty good. Another pro is this thing's 50 bucks. It's also 3 bolts. It's really easy, really cheap. Sounds good. So those are the 3 pros. So the cons, I have the 8-speed automatic transmission, which is the least sporty transmission you can get in these A4s. It doesn't flutter a lot when I let off the gas. It also whistles a lot because the gear ratios are so that it keeps it right in like 1800 to 3000 RPMs are the shift points in normal driving. So it keeps it really low, boost doesn't get really high, so it whistles a lot. It also doesn't flutter a lot when I let off the throttle. If you have a 6-speed transmission, the manual or the automatic, the manual will flutter a lot. The 6-speed automatic will flutter a little less than the manual, but more than the 8-speed. Another con is when you let off the throttle, you blow off all your boost like right away. So it's a little bit slower to build boost back up, but it's not much different than stock. It really has no performance effects. In my opinion, is this worth it? Yes, 100% of the time worth it. I'd even go as far to say this is one of the first things you should do to your car. It's cheap,
It's easy, sounds good. I'm gonna go ahead and show the before and then the after real quickly. Straight to the So that sounds pretty good. Show a clip now of the car accelerating and just driving normal with the windows up. You can hear how whistly it is. That whistle is more due to my turbo muffler delete, so if you don't like the sound of that whistle, just don't put the turbo muffler delete on there. The diverter valve spacer won't really affect it. You can hear the blow off from inside your car, even if you have music going. It's pretty good. My final thoughts on this mod: yes, diverter valve spacer is 100% worth it any day of the week. It's easy and cheap to install. Honestly, this is one of the first mods that I would recommend doing to your A4 if you want more turbo noises. Sounds really good. With that being said, I think I'm going to end the video here. I really hope that you guys found this information useful. I'll link my Instagram down in the description as well as torque specs for this. If you end up doing this on your own car, tag me, let me know. Other than that, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching.